The first opinion is that Arya shines more in Triple Is than in X-In. With X-In, I didn't even notice her much and I kept thinking she wasn't ready to be an idol because she needed more time and training and for her to debut later, because to me she has the talent there but debuted too early. She also doesn't shine much in X-In and I only thought of her as the Indian member because nothing stood out about her. But in Triple Is, I noticed her a lot more, and I want to bias her in Triple Is too. She stands out the most, and Hala is a song that suits her more than the baddie kinda noisy sounds that X-In does, and it made me realize that Arya didn't debut early. She debuted perfectly fine at an okay time, that's what I think now. It's just that she doesn't suit X-In's sound and maybe X-In should experiment more with other sounds and music and see what suits the members and to see if the baddie type music is really what they should be doing or if other sounds, concepts, music etc. work better for them. The baddie type music to me only suits one or two members and not the whole group, and that's why I think that X-In should try new sounds and music and see what works for the whole group rather than just some members. The next opinion is that Ian from Neon Punch is a clear example of why companies don't need to add a rapper position for every group they debut, because it's just unnecessary to have one. Ian in Neon Punch was the rapper, but in the two title tracks they released in Goodbye and My Friends 2 B-sides on their comeback album, she barely gets a proper rap verse, and in Like It the third B-side on their comeback album, she's singing. So I don't understand the need for her to have a rapper position if she didn't get to showcase much rapping in the music anyways. It seemed like the rapping in the songs weren't really at all needed, and they could have just made her a vocalist. This is why a lot of groups don't need to have a rapper position, because sometimes the songs will not need a rap section and the rapper just gets left in the background. Looking at Zum 2, she was singing in Delilah and in Lip Gloss the B-side, she has some rapping, but it was mostly a few seconds whenever her part came up and not a full verse, plus she was also singing in Lip Gloss too. Ian is just one example of how groups don't need a rapper position, not because they're not good at rapping, but because the song will not need one, and if they do add one just for the rapper it might not be an actual full verse. The next opinion is that, not a K-pop opinion, but the whole Z-pop thing was just dumb. Like yes, I was a stan because they had talent and I liked the music, apart from Z-Boys' comeback Hala Hala, but Z-pop just made no sense. If you Google the meaning, there's no proper explanation for it, because it's not real. Z-pop was just a thing invented by the company who formed Z-Girls and Z-Boys to make the groups seem unique when in fact the only unique or interesting thing about them was the fact that they had diversity with members from different Asian countries. I don't understand what Z-pop was meant to be, when all they did was regular pop music sung in English. Nothing about them was original or new or unique, when singing in English and having diverse groups are nothing new. There's nothing about them that could make Z-pop seem real, because it's not real. It's just the company trying not to be like other girls. If only the company marketed them as Asian groups and they did promotions in the countries they come from, that would have been much more better and more of an understandable thing that doesn't make them try to feel different because the company is trying to be quirky and cool, when they just invented something that doesn't exist, having a non-existent definition. The next opinion is that, I hate the K-tube video ideas, K-pop songs too good to be nugu, and K-pop songs that would be popular released by a bigger group. I don't understand how people can make those videos, because at the end of the day they add songs mostly that are their personal preferences, and not very much songs that are actually good but too nugu or songs actually deserving of popularity. Some of the songs they add in the video are songs that are not objectively good to be considered, too good to be nugu, and of course these songs would be popular by bigger groups, because they're popular groups and fans will eat anything they release, good or bad. And as I said, the songs added are mostly just personal preference and it's true. If there's an objectively good nugu song that deserves to be on the too good to be nugu list, but the K-tuber doesn't like the song, do you think they'll add it in the video regardless? I'm not really sure they would. K-tubers making these two ideas oftentimes probably don't actually see what songs are deserving to be in the video and will just pick some songs that are their faves that they're wondering why the song isn't popular. I have the idea of K-pop songs too good to be nugu sitting in my notepad. Because despite me knowing almost all of the industry when it comes to fourth generation, knowing a lot of third generation groups and going through the deep depths of nugudom in K-pop when making video ideas, I still don't know what songs to add in the list I have for the idea, because I don't want to add any random songs into the video and be like K-pop songs too good to be nugu, when in fact I don't know what's actually good and what's not. So seeing ideas like these, I just hate it, even with the would-be popular by bigger groups idea too, because K-tubers be adding their fave songs and not songs actually deserving. Plus they also be adding songs that aren't good at all, so it shows that if this Nugu song that's bad would be released by a popular group, fans will eat it up despite it being bad. Also it being bad, no wonder it's in Nugudom because it's not good at all, so why would it deserve popularity being a bad song? Answer me that. K-tubers need to stop making this idea and actually think the pics they add in the video through before making it into a video because we want to see actually deserving songs and not songs that are bad or picked because you have a bias and picked them over other actually deserving songs. The last opinion is that people who get disappointed in K-pop idols not speaking up on world issues is not it in my opinion. Like I understand how sad you feel knowing an artist you support hasn't spoken up, but you should remember that this is the K-pop industry where companies don't allow idols to freely speak on things, and saying things like these could lead your contract to be terminated and you'll be dropped from the label, and/or group if you're a part of one. I've seen in the West an artist named Arlisa got dropped from her label for speaking up about Palestine, and there are companies in music who'll drop you for speaking out on issues like Palestine and such, so imagine in K-pop the same can definitely happen. You need to remember that. Companies can drop you out of the label for whatever reason. So just remember, that if a K-pop idol doesn't speak out, it's not because they're bad and don't support victims of Palestine, Sudan, Congo, Haiti, Ukraine etc., they probably do but are being held back by their label from speaking out because they're signed by a contract and have to follow the rules of the company otherwise they'll face consequences. K-pop idols can't do anything but do what the company says, because at the end of the day them being idols is their job and they make money from being idols so they have to do what the company says and follow the rules.
Baby, listen, you forgot